Okay, we're back on part 2 of the best payouts video. Um, you heard me being critical of a lot of sites. I didn't mention any sites that I thought were really good payouts. I guess the best of what I reviewed is my fantasy league. If you can find a trustworthy source to host the league, hold the money, and get the money back relatively soon after the league ends. Easier said than done. What I propose for your best situation is I would go ahead and um, either scrap the stat tracker, just don't even do the stat tracker, like just figure it out yourself, or wait for the results to come in, or I would share an account with somebody and be able to log into theirs when I needed to, when I wanted to look at my stats. But paying for the stats in themselves is a little bit pricey for me. I mean, especially when you want the most pure percentage payout per money you paid in that you can get, and stat tracker is just another thing that is taken away from your payout. Now, is it convenience and luxury? Sure. Will a lot of people get it? Yeah. But I'm just one of those people that I like to try to be as efficient as I can, and that's money leaking. Now, as far as a pure payout goes, the only way that you are going to get 100% of your money back with none taken is if you hold, is basically, I mean, this might be able to be done on the internet. I don't know. If you send checks in, I guess. So yeah, if you send checks in, but other than sending checks in, is to have a live draft. Everybody pays one person. That person holds the money, and you go on Yahoo and you sign up for a free league, and you have a free league. That's the only way it's going to happen. Because on the internet, if you assign one person, there's always going to be PayPal fees. And if you mail your check in, that's going to eliminate that. And if you want to just be that one person that mail your check in and the payouts are still the same, that will work. But PayPal is probably going to charge you a couple of dollars to send in. If you send in like $60, it's probably going to be like $3, $2 something off. So you're losing that little percentage. That's still better than paying out a lot of these um, costs. And Yahoo software is awesome. I mean, even without the stat tracker. So that's what I like to do with my fantasy football leagues. I just try to avoid paying all the costs and the hassle fees and all that, because that's how they are. Is they're just trying to take a little bit of money out of your payout. So ideally, you want 100% payout, and if you can get within the 90s, somewhere close. For example, is if you had a $100 league and you just use my fantasy league software, and that would cost you $90, then that would, with 12 teams, that would equal over a 90% payout. To find these free types of leagues where you can find a trustworthy source to hold the money, go ahead and look on forums. Um, Fantasy, it doesn't have to be a fantasy football forum, but look on a sports forum. Look for credible people that are prevalent and have a lot of posts. And they're tied to the community. They're usually a reliable source to hold the money. Now, of course, you want to probably be familiar with that forum, and hopefully have some idea of that person's ethical character before you agree to have a whole league hand over, say, $50, and they're holding 600. But that's one way to do it. Of course, you can always gather your friends and family. Now, if you don't have 11 people in your family that play fantasy football, that's certainly understandable. Not everybody is into it, but if you go to school or work, ask around. You can form that type of league. The live leagues are the funnest. It's just like it's like captures fantasy football. It's the funnest time. I think draft time is the funnest time of the year, actually. So if you can get a live draft together, that's always cool. You could always try to start one over the internet for your region. For example, you could write you could write Tallahassee Fantasy Football League starting need 6 participants, and then see if you can't draw some interest that way. Now, of course, you might get some characters off of that, but it does fill your league. Um, as long as you can convey yourself as a trustworthy source, or maybe keep it low money so people are more willing to take that risk. So those are my ideas on best fantasy football payouts. When I find a good one on the internet, I will let you know. I just pulled up those sites as just to show you how much they do take from you and what you should be looking out for. But when I find a league, I will let you know, and I will tell you what I think is the best all around value, best payout, best software, and so forth. This is the Fantasy Blogger, and I just ended that terribly, but I'm not starting over. This is the Fantasy Blogger for you, fantasyfootball.com.